Coming up next, on the spot, we now know everything there is to know about the Nintendo Wii, and we've got highlights from today's Nintendo announcements. Plus, Ed Boon gives us a personal tour of Mortal Kombat Armageddon, and D3 stops by with a little work time fun. Plus, we play Okami, the King of Fighters 2006, and Dark Messiah of Might and Magic. I gotta say it, we are live and on the spot. Hello, everybody, and welcome to On the Spot, King Spot's live show we do every Thursday afternoon where we hang out with you, take some questions, and play some games. I'm your host, Rich Gallup. Hello, Jeff Gerstmann.
Hey, Rich.
Welcome to the show.
It's good to be here. No, it's good to be here.
No, you say it.
I'm not going to over... All right. It's great to be here.
It's a great show today. Right. We have a great show today.
Okay.
We already have Greg sitting next to you on the couch.
Yeah.
Hello, Greg. You're going to be here with us the whole show.
Yes.
We're holding on to you. But, yes. And there's been all kinds of craziness that happened in the world of video games, which we'll talk about in a second. But first, Ryan Davis, please tell us what's going on during today's great show.
I'm super excited about today's show. We've got, as we mentioned earlier, we've got the Mortal Kombat Armageddon demo. We're also going to be checking out something crazy in that, which I won't ruin. Dark Messiah of Might and Magic. Matt Rorie's here. He's going to give us a quick demo of that. We've also got Greg. He's here to show off both the King of Fighters 2006 and Okami for the PS2. Of course, WTF, Work Time Fun, the game known as Bite Hell 2000 in Japan. We have it here. We're going to be checking that out in a little bit. But first, earlier today, or I guess like late last night, Nintendo said some crazy stuff about the Wii.
You are correct, sir, Ryan Davis.
I think they told us everything, didn't they?
They did.
Not everything.
Almost everything.
Just about.
Yeah, more than we knew before.
What do we now know, Jeff Gerstmann?
It has a remote control for a controller. It's crazy.
We knew that. We totally knew that, dude.
What are you talking about?
Nunchuck attachment and everything. Yeah.
Nunchucks?
Yeah.
Those are illegal, my friend.
It's half a nunchuck. You hold this part.
Okay, well, half might be all right.
Stuff.
Yeah, no, okay, so the Wii, they said when it's coming out, they said what the price is for the U.S. market, and then I guess like the night before, they said the Japanese details and stuff, so more information is out there.
So it's $250, November 20th.
Yeah.
You get a controller.
No, 19th.
Yeah, it's a
Sunday, yeah.
It's a Sunday, 19th?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, did you guess 20th?
I guessed 20th.
You were so close.
I was very close.
We ran a Rich Gallup poll in case you missed it.
Yeah.
But I was surprised how many of you not only were right, but also guessed $250. You're all skeptics.
Oh, I think it's just kind of as time wore on, and kind of we saw more of the games, and of course Sony announcing the price of the PlayStation 3, and you look at where Nintendo has the DS priced right now. $249 just works. It's cheaper than everything that's out there right now, and it still fits the under $250 thing that Nintendo said. So I think $249 is kind of just what they can get away with.
Greg, did you everything that we heard today or yesterday, has that changed your mind at all about the Wii? You more excited, less excited, same excited?
I'm probably somewhat more excited. Yeah, it was a pretty exciting announcement all around, I thought. The fact that there's going to be a pack-in with Wii Sports, I started thinking about maybe they're going to have a pack-in in there, and as soon as they announced that Wii Sports was going to be it, I was like, oh, it seems so obvious.
Yeah.
It seems like a great way to showcase, a lot of what that system can do without giving everything away, and kind of a simple game that anyone can get into, sort of like an iToy type of thing. And they announced that Zelda is going to be a launch title, and that the GameCube version is going to be pushed back. So that's kind of interesting. But the fact that a Nintendo console is going to launch with a major Zelda game next to it, that's going to put a lot of wind at their backs, I think.
They have to be doing that so people will buy Wii's in the Wii version.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
I
mean, why wouldn't you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The thing that really surprised me about that system is a lot of the other little things about it. I mean, we kind of already knew about the whole create your own avatar, the thing they're calling the Me system. We kind of heard bits and pieces of that back at E3. But like the channel setup with look at the news and the weather and browse the internet and all this other stuff, it's like, well, wait a minute, I thought, wasn't Nintendo the ones that were all along saying we're making a game console, and now they've got all this other stuff. Just like everybody else.
When they release their national or international weather satellites, you'll be able to actually control the weather using the Wii. And they're setting up the Weather Channel first.
Cool.
It's easier to get that out now.
So it's like to create rain, you hold it like it's an umbrella.
Yep.
To create, yeah, all right.
Exactly.
All right.
Cool. All right. Well, there's all kinds of Wii coverage we have on our Wii Launch Center, including, in case, hopefully, we're guessing a bunch of you saw it earlier today. Our team broadcast the entire press conference as well as several game demos. You can find all of it on the site. Don't watch it right now. But, oh, before we go there, I totally forgot. New trivia thing, dude.
Oh, yeah,
trivia
thing. It's
We go,
like,
oh my gosh, I was about to kick it to Reggie so he could say, here are the hard news. But no, before that, we have our own hard news.
That's right.
Yeah,
The
you're watching the
hardest.
show, you might notice up next to the player, I'm going to point that way. I'm pretty sure it's that way, or it's this way. It's to the right of the player.
Yes.
So if you look over there, you'll see this awesome
So
new
it's-
Slash trivia player. Maybe. Greg, what can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, basically, it's got some questions that may test some of your knowledge of video games, past and present. It's something we've been working on for a little while. Thought our people might be into if we rolled it out there, and we've got some more plans for that. We've got a good number of questions in there already. It's like you take 7 questions at a time, but you'll have to play it a bunch of times to see them all, and we're going to be adding more week after week. And yeah, we're interested to see what people think.
Yeah, so take your time, but don't, and get as many questions right as you can, because maybe, just maybe, we'll give someone to the people showing up at the leaderboard. And this week it's open to everybody, so everyone get their trivia fix. Next week we're probably going to shut it down. So if you want more trivia, you might have to pony up. Subscribe. We'll find out. We'll see.
That's cold, Rich.
Experiment.
Why you got to do that?
It's people in offices, dude.
Man.
People in offices.
All right.
But it's trivia. Play it.
trivia,
Check it out.
cool.
Right now, yeah. Hard news. Reggie, take it away, my man.
Let's get into the hard news. Here across the Americas, Wii goes on sale November 19th. That means the worldwide debut of the Wii system happens right here in the Americas. The same place where we debuted Nintendo DS. On November 19th, that day, it'll be available across over 25,000 points of distribution here across the Americas. And just as impressive, a manufacturer-suggested retail price of $249.99. One price, one configuration, one color. The same sleek white that you've seen on Nintendo DS and has been flying off the retail shelves. This simplicity allows us to maximize volume throughout the Americas with simplicity and a continuous flow of product to minimize out of stocks. Our shipment goal worldwide is 4 million Wii consoles. And this is during the 43 days between launch and December 31st. And the Americas will receive the largest share of that total. The flow will be continuous and even, allowing us to minimize out of stocks. And this is critical to us, absolutely critical, because our focus is making Wii available to the masses, given the mass market price and given the mass market collection of stellar software available at launch. Now, inside the box, you'll get the console hardware, all of the cables, the sensor bar, all of the accoutrements, if you will, that you need to get started. One Wii remote and one nunchuck controller. All this serves as one central message for Wii. And once you play it, you'll understand.
And we are back. Right now, I'm going to toss it right over to Ryan Davis, who's standing by with some work time fun. Ryan Davis.
Yes, I am. And speaking of work time fun, we have shirts. And we also have Mike Sarnicow from D3, and we have these WTF shirts that the top 10 people in the leaderboard for the trivia by the end of the show are going to get one of these awesome shirts. Which
Sweet. I was
I'm envious
I
of.
was like number 1 before this thing started, right? So I get one, right?
No, you're out, dude. You're not even top 10 anymore.
Mike,
Yes.
you've come by. Thanks for
I
coming
have.
by.
No problem.
You've got Work Time Fun. This is the game. We've shown this game several times on the show before.
Yes.
It was called Baito Hell 2000 in Japan.
Yes.
And it's crazy.
And it's crazy, and now it's in English.
That
so now you can
is
understand
really
the
helpful.
craziness. Now you can understand the craziness.
Show me
'cause
some of the
before-
craziness that I might not have figured out before.
No problem. Well, this game, as you know, was Baito Hell in Japan, and
Right.
the whole point of the game is that you're performing these tasks or these kind of mini jobs to earn money, which then you can use to buy things like new jobs, little trinkets, collectible items, all kinds of weird things. And then you go back, do more jobs. It's really like life, earn money, spend it on crap, earn more money. It's a lot like, real life. So I'll just get into some of the jobs because that's what everybody wants to see anyway. So,
What do you got for us here?
well, each one of these jobs really acts as a mini game.
Okay.
So you're going to get, really easy to play, kind of fun mini game that is just very much, along the lines of just silliness, randomness, and what have you. So I'll just play a couple of them for you.
Okay.
See what you think. It's
Cliff
first one-
Race 2000.
Cliff Race 2000. So here you take control of a horse racing against a moose for reasons unknown to me,
Stupid moose.
and you're trying to get as close as possible to the edge of the cliff without going off.
So there's that little red bar is where you want to just, you want to halt it just before it goes.
Exactly.
past that.
You want to try and see. Now I'm going to probably go off the end.
Oh.
That's no good. So you want to try, hit the brakes in the red bar, try to get as close to the end. So again, really simple controls, one button, but really simple to play and addictive. And that's sort of the main kind of key word here. So you'll see here I went through 3 rounds, finished the job. Now normally there, if I was playing the real game, I'd get a paycheck. But,
Right.
I'm just kind of showing you guys
Those
how it
paychecks
works.
are usually kind of measly, aren't they?
They are a little measly. In fact, why don't I show you guys one of the paychecks just so you can see what's going on. Go to the placement office and, let's see, we can play Run Like Heck. This is a good one. So in this job, you're actually supposed to kind of lure this animal, this beast, out of this cave. And you actually do that by running away from it after dropping some meat by it. The great thing about it is it likes to eat people, mainly your little sunglasses wearing guy here.
Of course, one of the best parts of On the Spot is getting your questions from you at home. So you see the form, you're a subscriber, fill it out, ask us some questions about Work Time Fun.
All right, so here I'm going to drop off my meat, and that didn't sound good. But now I'm just going to run. Oh, that's not good.
You want to get past that.
This one is hard.
Yeah, I can never beat this one.
So here, for example, I'm just hitting the button furiously, and now see, this monster's chasing after me. And this is not going to be good.
Oh!
That's usually what ends up happening.
That is brutal.
So now I'll get a paycheck, $0. Apparently,
I like that they bothered to cut the check, though.
Well, you gotta get something for your
Gotta have the
something
paper
for
trail.
it. Yeah. So another one. This is William Hell. This is a good one. And this is sort of a William Tell. Basically, you're shooting arrows at. You're trying to hit the apple, but unfortunately, sometimes you hit the little guys. So, again, very simple to play. You're just selecting your angle and the power of your shot. Oh, not quite enough there, and you get 3 shots. So
you want to
can,
put a little more juice behind that one.
almost.
Next one, you can totally stab that dude in the head.
Right. Well, I want to hit the apple theoretically, so we'll see what happens.
I almost want you to hit the dude. I'm afraid to say, Mike.
Oh! Yikes. Sorry about that.
Brutal.
Got a hot one.
$0.
Again, $0. I'm just not really doing good here. So let's go back and show you some of the jobs because obviously I'm not earning any money and that's no fun. Show you a couple more jobs and then, one of the great things about this game is you can actually unlock different tools throughout the game. And what these are little kind of utilities that you can use on your PSP. I'll show you these in a second, but they basically add a little bit of functionality to your PSP. The tools do.
Did that just say Bishop's game?
It did.
That is awesome.
That's a great name.
That is the
Best Japanese,
Yes.
English.
Pretty much everybody will get that. Oh! And the appropriate, meat grinding sound when you stab yourself in the,
That's unpleasant.
in the finger.
I have a question.
What's
Yes.
your question, Rich?
Our first question is from Russell Sherman. He's in Connecticut. He wants to know: is the ramen timer in the game?
The ramen timer is in the game, and I think that sounds like a request. So
Yes. Let's give it.
I think we'll show the ramen
a
timer.
look here.
So as I talked about, there's various tools in the game. There's basically there's a world clock, a Chinese astrology tool, a light that turns your PSP into a flashlight. But everybody's favorite does seem to be the ramen timer. So I'll take, how many people want to see the male or the female?
Male.
We gotta show him the male.
Male,
It's,
okay.
easy.
Wait, he's way funnier.
He is way funnier. There is a female version as well, so for all you guys out there, don't think that, this is the only thing you can watch.
It's ramen timer
So,
time.
I would talk here, but there's nothing funnier than this guy, so I'll let you just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Well, you
I
gotta wait till he
really
starts
could
talking.
just leave this on for the rest of the show.
I think
Yeah.
we've done that before.
Yeah.
let's do some more games.
I've used
All right.
this to
But
time
here's where
ramen.
the
It
here's where
works.
the English translation comes in handy is when he starts talking, which will be right about here.
Oh, we're almost at 30 seconds. And my muscles are twitching. Flex, flex.
I have to say, I was a little
My
concerned
ramen
about
muscles
how
twitch.
the English
Flex,
translation
flex.
was going to work here, but
Flex,
this is
flex. Hey.
It's bizarre.
perfect.
It's perfect.
All right.
I'm not really sure what his ramen muscle is, and I don't know if I really want to know either.
Oh,
So
that's really intense.
one of the other things that we have as well is multiplayer, which
Okay.
I think we maybe want to get into. if
yeah,
that
let's.
sounds good.
I've got a PSP right here. Let's do this.
All right.
Well, you guys load that up. I'll ask you some more questions.
Shoot.
Our next question is from Graham in North Vancouver. How many mini games are there total?
Well, there's 40 different mini games, and there's also the 35 of them are single player, and there's 5 multiplayer ones. Now, one of the things is that these are mini games in the sense that, you're going to get to play them over and over and over again, and there's a lot of replay value because you're always trying to beat your own score. So it's not like you play them one time and you're done playing. You can always go back through, play them again. Plus, there's a ton of stuff to unlock in the game, and the only way to do that is to earn money by playing the mini games. So, for example, there's like 400 different little collectible trinkets, that you want to get throughout the game. And if you want to earn them all, you got to keep playing and, keep earning money. So this one is a Lumberjack Challenge. This is a single-player game as well, but this is the multiplayer version. And here we're going to be, competing against each other to chop logs. So you only want to cut your color. That was you.
Oh.
You're red, Ryan Davis.
Well, then I lose.
try that one more
All right,
time.
let's try that again.
$0.
Don't cut the animals. Oh, okay, so I'm right.
Oh.
Sorry. That was my fault. That time.
So this one we want to actually work together, right?
Well, not really. Yes and no. You're competing because if you're the one that misses your log, then you lose.
Oh!
That's a dolphin, not a blue
It was
log.
blue dolphin, though.
Not anymore,
Honest
it's
mistake.
not.
When we made 4
like a
cents
red
on it.
dolphin.
Then
So-
we made 4 cents. There's your paycheck right there. Let's try a little different one. Let's try a little cliff racing, maybe. Maybe that'll be a little more up our
I'll
alley.
fare a little bit better than that one. All right, let me.
James
pull this up.
Hidalgo in Hamilton, New Jersey wants to know, how is the difficulty decided between each minigame? Is it just what you get? Can you set anything?
Yeah, it's just basically what you get. Some of them are harder than others, but not very hard at all. If you played, a game at all, you'll be able to pretty much pick this up. Most of the jobs, most of the mini games take, like 1-2 buttons at the most. A little bit of the controller. They're really simple to pick up and play, so kind of fun for everybody and anybody.
All right, so I'm going to play the moose this time.
Yes.
All right.
Ryan Davis, this is your last chance to shine.
Oh yeah,
So you're the moose?
I'm the
Yes.
moose.
Now I'm down by one.
He's the horse. So what you're seeing on screen is the horse.
Now, I can't help but notice that the moose is a new addition to the U.S. version of the game. Have there been a lot of changes like that?
Not so much. We've changed a little bit of the art here and there, but nothing that anyone would really notice. We very much try to keep it as true as possible to the Japanese version because, the Japanese version is so just amazingly weird on its own. You really don't want to do anything to change it.
Can you spend your $1 for us as a way
Sure.
of wrapping this up?
No problem.
Cool.
So let me go to the vending machines here.
Jump on out of here.
So the vending machines is where you spend your money, and this is where you'll unlock everything. So this is where you unlock new games as you go throughout the game. Different jobs. You start off with 4 jobs, and you actually absolutely unlock all the other ones. And this is where you'll do it. So I'll spend it, and what did I get here? I got a toy bell. So this is one of the little collectible items that you can get. You may get something good, you may get something crappy, and that's, again,
Luck of
So
the
here,
draw.
for example, I unlocked the handy light. So I can go back in and use the handy light now. And it is sort of luck of the draw. Sometimes you get something good, sometimes something bad, just like spending your own money.
Too true.
And a Minko. I don't know what that is,
Neither do I.
but it's cool.
Very, very cool. When is this coming out, Mike?
We're going to be shipping October 17th, and everybody go buy a copy, please.
Absolutely. Mike,
All right.
thanks for coming by and showing
Thanks
us
very
out
much.
here. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
guys.
Up next, I believe Greg is going to be dropping some dogs.
That's right.
He's going to be drawing some dogs.
Oh,
I
I'm
think.
sorry, drawing dogs,
Yeah,
not dropping dogs.
Not dropping dogs, no. Jeff, you excited about the work time fun?
Yeah.
I'm ready
yeah.
to buy that game again.
Totally, yeah. That's the game that I've played the most on PSP, I think, since it's been released. Like more than
It'll be
like
nice to
Tekken is probably the
Cap
second
pens
place.
in English.
Yeah,
there's a lot lost
English
in
pen
translation
capping.
there.
Totally,
Yeah,
totally.
All right, Greg Kasavin. The game was Okami.
Yes.
We've seen it. We've seen. Oh, can I do the?
Yes, we've actually got the
brought yourself a
the
game
final.
review.
The final North American release version of Okami. It's out. It's out next week.
We've had it on the show a couple times, but now you are actually playing it for your review.
Yep.
What can you tell us about your initial thoughts? How far are you into the game?
It sure is darn pretty. It's one of the prettiest PS2 games I've ever seen. I was telling Jeff earlier today. I mean, I'm switching from like HD stuff like Dead Rising over to Okami on last gen consoles, but it just looks fantastic, and it makes the whole experience of playing the game that much more enjoyable. I'm not so far into it yet where I can say with certainty that the gameplay itself is totally amazing. It's been interesting so far, but the game's just got such a creative style to it and like a really interesting premise that I'm really into it from what I played so far. So I'm in combat right now. In case you haven't seen Okami before, you play as this wolf that is the embodiment of the god or goddess of the sun in Japan, and you have this power to wield this celestial brush, so you can kind of maul opponents. You're fighting these. Oh, I don't even want to explain what these things are. They've got
Crazy
like
frogmen with guitars.
yes. So you can kind of daze them a little bit, beat them up, and then you bring out your brush and you draw a line across them, and it makes a big slash and it cuts them in half if I actually do it correctly.
And brings out flowers.
Yes, because you're restoring life to a messed up Japan that's been kind of ravaged by a curse from this 8-headed snake called Orochi. So the game is steeped in Japanese mythology. It's a little bit out there, as you can see, lots of crazy Japanese characters. Thankfully, the manual comes with, well, it's got only like a brief glossary in there, but it actually explains some of the source material, talks about, where some of the myths originated, tries to put some of the characters in context, like I think it refers to one of the characters as, the Japanese equivalent of Paul Bunyan or like Rip Van Winkle or something like that. So it's kind of explaining to you that, that these characters are based on Japanese folklore, so you might not get everything that's going on, but the game is trying to put a new spin on a lot of that mythology.
And Navi's there to help you out.
Yes, you have a little dude named Isun who rides around on well, it's unclear exactly where he is, but people call him a bug, and he gets really offended by that description. But he's kind of a chatty guy, and he's pretty fun to have around, actually. Your character in the game doesn't actually speak. Isun does most of the talking. So,
Ryan Davis, do you have any questions for Greg?
I have a ton of questions for Greg.
Fire
Ian
away.
Grundy from London wants to know how hard is it to paint with the analog sticks?
It's really not hard at all. I'm sure some of there are 13 different brush moves in all, which they tell you at the beginning. The preliminary ones are real simple. There's stuff like painting circles, and you can kind of fudge it like that, and that'll do the trick for you. I'm guessing none of them, involve actually painting Japanese calligraphy or anything like that. It's pretty simple stuff, and it makes for kind of an interesting change of pace. You don't usually draw slash lines through your enemies to kill them.
Next question, Ryan? Or you got...
No, go ahead.
Next question, Ryan Davis.
Lick Chan from Medford, Massachusetts wants to know how's the English translation for the game.
Seems great from what I've seen so far. It's localized nicely. The names are all still in Japanese, so get used to. So although the main character's name is Amaterasu, the Isun soon starts referring to her as Furball or Ami. So it's kind of colloquial. It's not very dense. It's very chatty. Like they tried to turn kind of a heavy subject matter into more of like a cartoon. But it's definitely still got like this heavy premise to it, because it is the world has been cursed and you're trying to save the world.
Next question, Ryan Davis.
The big question I'm getting the most of over here, including from Stephen Loung from Toronto, Canada, are the comparisons to Zelda really viable, or is that just being overblown?
The comparisons to Zelda seem totally viable, at least from a presentation standpoint. I mean, I think the thing to me that's the most Zelda about this is, see those little dust clouds that have the swirls in them? To me, those look just like the little dust clouds in Zelda. But there's that, and there's also like when you talk to people, like the key words come up in red, and that reminds me of Zelda. So I think this game definitely took its cues from the Wind Waker in terms of just having a really amazing presentation that makes you get into the world of this game. And then from a gameplay standpoint, it definitely is an action-adventure game where you're gaining new moves as you go along and stuff like that. So it is following that same sort of format that Zelda has.
Did it just say you picked up faith in humanity?
I may well have picked up some faith in humanity. I could use
some of that myself.
Yes, I could use some of that in real life, I was about to say.
Last question, Ryan Davis.
Dominic Sheard from Muirfield, England. He asks, will I be able to see this lovely art style in progressive scan?
You know, I scanned the manual. I don't see any references to 480p or widescreen support in this game. But like I said, if it's any consolation, I was watching this game on a big screen TV and widescreen, and it just looked fabulous anyway. One could only wonder, you know, how good this game could look, a game like this on something like an Xbox 360 or something like that.
Or how it would play on something like the Wii with a paintbrush.
Indeed.
Maybe. Anyone?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I'm looking at the box here. I'm not seeing anything. It says
PS2 games are tricky
Dolby,
sometimes. Sometimes it's like when you boot up, you have to hold down weird buttons and stand on your head. They don't always document progressive scan, but it's not something they're advertising, and we don't think it's in there. But
It does say rated T for use of alcohol and tobacco.
Yes, one of the early quests involves getting sake for this character right here. This guy's basically a lazy lush, and he's asleep early on in the game, and he wakes up eventually and won't do something you need for him to do until you bring him a bunch of sake and get him drunk. So, yeah.
Well, okay. Ryan Davis,
it's cool stuff.
Do you have one last question? That's it? All right, cool. Greg, well, you stay right there. We're going to let you play the King of Fighters in just a second.
Yep,
but first,
review's coming Monday.
Monday for the review. Stay tuned for that. Or if you can't wait, go to the Game Space after the show and watch some movies, look at some screenshots. It's all pretty.
I will.
Jeff Gerstmann,
hey.
Earlier this week,
yeah.
you got to do an interview and demo for this very show. Do you remember?
Dude, no.
It was with Ed Boon, the co-creator of Mortal Kombat.
Okay, yes. Now I remember that.
You remember?
Yes. Hanging out with Ed Boon is something that stays with you for a while.
Mortal Kombat Armageddon.
Yeah, the latest Mortal Kombat game.
You're going to be playing it a little later on in the show.
Right.
But right now, let's hear from you and Ed Boon himself. Check it out.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Ed Boon, who is the co-creator of the Mortal Kombat franchise. Welcome to the show, Ed.
Thanks. Great to be here.
We've had you on via webcam before and some other stuff, but you're here with Mortal Kombat Armageddon, which is the latest and greatest in the MK series.
Yeah.
Finished up. So you're actually done now?
Yeah.
It's ready to go? Wow.
Yeah, it's
okay.
all ready to go. We're submitted. And,
that's why you're
October
smiling and not sitting here sweating it up, right?
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about this? It's got the most characters of any MK ever, is that?
It's got the most everything of any MK ever. You know, it's weird when somebody asks me, well, tell us about Mortal Kombat. I actually have to pause now. There's just so much stuff in the game. If I were to kind of go through like a bullet point list, it's like think of every Mortal Kombat character ever. Mm-hmm. All 62 characters from all the obscure ones, the Meat, Motaro, Reptile, Rain, everybody like that. A new fighting mechanic, which is we're really excited about. We have things like like parry moves, some of the more technical things.
Cool.
A lot of the kind of traditional fighting strategies like air combat, jumping in the air, doing combos in the air, throwing people on the ground and all that, and this whole kind of new wake up system, which is another kind of more technical features in the game. So combining all that, all the MK characters, a much expanded single player mode, and like what we called our diversions, a new mode called Motor Kombat, which I guess we're going to give you a demo.
Let's jump right into this. This is absolutely crazy.
I'm going to do the single player game right here, and I'll show you. Jax is the character I'm probably best with. If you know Mortal Kombat characters, you'll also probably would have come up with the same special moves we did.
Jax Scorpion spears people and yanks them behind them or something.
Right. And Sub-Zero
freezes
the guy
exactly,
and and Jax pounds on the ground. Anybody in the vicinity, kind of their cars tumble and all that. And so you combine the different cars, their different driving abilities and speeds and all that, with those special moves, and you basically, the game writes itself, you know. You have death traps here, you can fall inside and die in a hole. There's a lot more gruesome background deaths, as you can probably guess. I'm picking up here a star move here, so I have my super move. Right now I'm driving a pack of guys here, so I'm going to do my ground pound here. Knock down, you know, Melina and Raiden there.
Nice.
If I accidentally win here on the on this wrong path here, you're going to see this big steamroller come and crush, and then there's a background fatality there. So
let's jump over and show some of the creative fighters. I know that's one of the other huge ones.
Everybody's seen like sports games and you know, wrestling games and all that with the creative fighters, and, you know, kind of dress your character. But we've actually taken it a little further too. We're actually letting you, you know, create your own fighting styles. You actually pick your attacks and you string your combos together and whatnot. So when you see somebody come up with something really elaborate, like, you know, we've seen people come up with, you know, Albert Einstein, you know, Abraham Lincoln, all these crazy, or some of their favorite, you know, superheroes or other characters from other games.
Nice.
Then you really start getting motivated to create your own, because when you go online, basically you're just going to fight. There's rooms for only created characters, and so all of a sudden you're just randomly playing, you know, Fred Flintstone or like that. So it's a riot playing there. But it's like I said, it's a very elaborate. You can do all the facial changes, the hair, a million helmets and hats and whatnot. You get into the different upper body like clothing and whatnot. You know, the different jackets. We actually have Mortal Kombat characters and all that. We have things that are a little bit more like that looks like, you know, like things you've seen in movies and all that.
Cool. So what about special moves and stuff? Are there a lot of...
Oh yeah,
is there a lot of freedom there, or is it like, you know, you do a fireball or you do a...
Well, there's a whole bunch of like the typical Mortal Kombat moves. You know, the kind of the propel moves that move you forward, the teleport moves, invisible moves, and all the various projectile moves that you can come up with every which way but loose. Different, you can, you know, define the color and all that stuff of them. So you can really customize it. We do put a cap on because we don't want somebody to have, you know, 50 special moves against somebody who just started out there. But it's the online creative fighter fights are insane. I mean, it's like you really got to get to know your character, because it's like a different experience than when you're playing the normal Mortal Kombat fights.
Well, why don't we jump in and close it out here with an actual fight, and maybe you can show off some of the kind of free-form fatality stuff.
Oh, sure, yeah, that'd be right.
So how does that work? Now, do characters still have their own specific fatalities, and then on top of that, there's this whole additional system, or?
Yeah, we actually don't have the. Let me get out of here first. We don't have the traditional, like, you know, up, down, towards, and then the guy goes through this long sequence. Instead, we've broken it up into smaller fatalities. So you could do a little combination that basically, you know, pulls the guy's head off, or rips the guy's heart out, and then it's up to you to string them together how you want to. So basically, it's not a canned sequence. It's all custom. And then the really good players, because after each one you get a little less time to perform it. The really good players will be able to put together, you know, these long, elaborate, you know, rip their heart out, rip their chest off, knock them on the ground, knee them in the face, knock them back up, and you know, tear their head off. So this is the traditional arcade ladder. It's a little bit more of like the old school, you know, traveling up the tower type of thing. And we've had a lot of the gameplay feels like the whole nostalgic Mortal Kombat, you know, 2D games where you have a lot of the standard jumping around. Cool. Exactly, that same mechanic. This is Rain. He's one of the hidden characters from the previous games. And like I said before, you can notice here you have that actual basic mechanic of going down here.
So now you're being rewarded for doing combos. Like I see it's ringing up currency kind of as you're playing.
All the modes, the Motor Kombat, there's coins you pick up, and the fighting game, there's coins you pick up. Conquest mode has just a ton of currency that you earn, and you purchase your items in the crypt like we've had in the previous games.
Cool.
The crypt is actually different in this game because you actually don't have to guess what's in there. Everything is actually demonstrated now, so it's a lot more of a...
So it's not like pictures of you eating pie,
right?
Or, you know, like whatever.
Well, you still might get a couple of those. But. So that's a 3-part fatality. You know, that was very simple. It was towards square, towards triangle, and towards circle.
Cool.
The circle button's kind of like the ender one, and you see how many of the other ones you can squeeze in there before you go for your stinger at the very end. That's
Nice.
kind of like the basic setup of the fatality system.
That sounds pretty cool. What's the longest fatality string that you've seen or done?
I've seen 11.
11.
From, one of the guys on our team.
That's kind of a lot. Can you? Okay.
Yeah.
And the last and the dorky question that I have to fit in before we go: can you make the arcade machine drop out of the sky and finish them off?
No, unfortunately.
Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
All right, now let's get on with the show. Back to you guys.
Today's episode of On the Spot is brought to you by Company of Heroes.
I could have sworn that after we talked to Ed Boon on stage at E3 that he was going to hook us all up with the arcade machine. I could have sworn. But we'll be playing Mortal Kombat Armageddon very soon.
Yeah.
Like in a couple demos from now.
Yeah, exactly. I've put some things together to show off. A little
Awesome.
created fighter
Little created
of my own.
fighter of your own.
This dude I made.
Right now, though, let's
All
get
new.
into the King of Fighters 2006. You are
What is
fighting-
going on?
Greg,
What's going on?
Who are you fighting
It's
here,
Hanzo
Greg?
fighting the Metal Slug. This is crazy.
What?
This is I'm showing two of the cool things at the same time about the King of Fighters 2006, which I think is also out next week, just like Okami. Yeah, it's got some pretty cool hidden characters in there. If you're a longtime fan of SNK stuff, kind of like I am, then you'll appreciate seeing Mr. Hattori Hanzo back before he was a Kill Bill character and stuff like that. Blowing up the Metal Slug as part of the kind of wacky new bonus content in this version of the game. I think I've got it set to the Japanese language track. This is actually the sequel to King of Fighters Maximum Impact. One of the things that people took issue with that game was that they translated everyone's speech into English, and it kind of didn't really fit like the old King of Fighters games did. But this one has a whole bunch of characters, whole bunch of pretty cool hidden characters like Hanzo in there. These little bonus modes like beating up the Metal Slug. Let's try another one of these.
Sure, let's get a shot of the select character selection.
Yeah, I don't have. I've still got 3 people to unlock, but there's. Yeah, I'll give them away. There's Hanzo. There's Fio from Metal Slug. Kula Diamond from King of Fighters. Billy Kane is a new addition to this particular installment. Of course, Fatal Fury fans will recognize him and will appreciate this outfit. Everyone's got alternate outfits in this game, and a lot of those are actually really cool. There's Bijane from Mark of the Wolves. Luis, one of the new characters for this game. Kim Kafwan, of course. Richard Meyer from the original Fatal Fury. So they dig pretty deep into obscure fan territory with this roster, and do a pretty good job of it. So
let's beat up some tanks.
Yes, let's play as Seth here. They didn't put Heavy D in the game, so that's minus points right there. But hey, I'll take Seth. And I'm going to trash a Moai head, which I don't know if that's some weird reference to Gradius, but I'll take it. That's cool. That works. This game is only for the PS2. I think they just announced, actually, just today, some news came in. Ow. Some news came in that SNK just announced some new fighting games at, I believe, an arcade show in Japan, including new King of Fighters sequels and a new Samurai Showdown game in 3D. So that's good news.
You're fighting a rock, Greg.
Yes, I'm fighting a rock, and I can't win.
Rock harder.
Ryan Davis, questions for the Rock Killer.
Victor Roa from Edison, New Jersey wants to know,
let me show
is the
some
control
actual
as loose as it was in Maximum Impact?
I don't. The control seems similar, but I don't know if I would agree offhand that the controls are loose. I'm able to get my moves out just fine using just a stock PS2 controller. The thing about this game is that it lets you cancel special moves into super moves, out of regular moves and stuff like that. So it's actually really easy to throw together combos, just kind of by grinding moves out.
That almost sounds kind of like the Street Fighter EX games. They were kind of.
It reminds me of the Street Fighter EX games, and I mean that absolutely in a good way. I don't know why the Street Fighter EX series is maligned when it's actually those games are pretty fun.
Cool. Another question, please, Ryan Davis.
Daniel Day from Honolulu, Hawaii.
Who they want me to pick?
You might have answered this question already, but are any characters from the last Blade games available?
I don't know if there aren't to me right now. I'm gonna play as Maxima here. One of the hidden characters might be from Last Blade, but I'm not positive about that. I still have 3 remaining, as you can see.
That dude looks tough.
Yeah, that's Clark. He is originally from the Ikari Warriors games, and now he's a crazy pro wrestler type with really powerful grapple moves.
So he's like Jesse Ventura in reverse, because he went from wrestling to Predator.
Yeah.
So he's going from Predator to wrestling.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show Rio here the what for. With this game, they really clearly tried to preserve the feel of the 2D games into 3D. So again, the Street Fighter EX comparison. They've got their old fighting styles and their fighting stances and stuff, and all their moves are basically in there. The one thing that you might expect from King of Fighters that still isn't in this 3D version is it's not 3-on-3 battles. It's just 1-on-1, like in a standard fighting game.
I've got a pretty loaded question for you here.
Hit us.
So this is basically kind of the follow-up to Maximum Impact, but they're not calling it Maximum Impact.
Correct. It's called Maximum
the annual naming convention that the old 2D games used to abide by. Do you think that that we're done with 2D King of Fighters games?
I honestly don't. That is an interesting question. Basically, this is called Maximum Impact 2 in Japan, but in this country, I guess in the West, it's being called King of Fighters 2006. So it's following the naming conventions of the 2D installments, as if to imply that 2D is dead, long live 3D, and all that. I'll be damned when 2D fighting games go away. I think SNK is going to stick to 2D. They're going to try 3D. Hopefully they'll really nail it, as well as guys like Namco and Sega and even Tecmo have been doing. I think they've still got a little ways to go there, but 2D is still what SNK is best known for, and I'd be surprised if they just abandon that.
And that's why they're bringing it to Xbox Live Arcade, right?
That's correct, actually, yeah. Fatal Fury Special is going to be the first classic Neo Geo game to come to Xbox Live Arcade, and I think we're going to see that next week at the Tokyo Game Show.
I hope so, yeah.
Make sure to cover that before any of that.
This PlayStation 3.
Forget that PS3.
Yeah, who needs it?
I want to know
special fool.
How's the lag in online in Fatal Fury Special?
Speaking of the Xbox 360, Daniel Avila from Temple, Texas wants to know, will this be coming to the Xbox 360, or is it only going to be on the PS2?
There's only a PS2 version coming out, as far as I know. They released a version of the original Maximum Impact for the Xbox, which added online play and stuff like that, and that was pretty solid. Obviously SNK is interested in what Microsoft is doing, so here's hoping.
Well, thank you, Greg.
Sure,
the game is the King of Fighters 2006.
Not any king.
And it will be the review will be hitting the site tomorrow.
Soon? Hopefully. I've got a bunch more to play, but I've got my work cut out for me.
Well, thank you very much, Greg. Right now, we're going to toss it over to Ryan Davis and Matt Roy for some Dark Messiah, fellas.
Dark Messiah, Might and Magic demo of this came out a week or two ago.
Yeah, something like that. Not too long ago.
But we've got a more complete version of the game here.
We do?
I think so.
Yes, we do.
Well, let's jump into it then.
All right.
What have you got from here, Matt?
This is a press demo of the build. This is a little bit further in the game than you were in the demo, and you've got some more skill points to play around with.
So this is, just for the uninitiated here, this is basically just a
kind of a
Half-Life 2, but with
Half-Life 2
orcs.
engine, source with orcs and magic and all kinds of different stuff. What I've done with this character, you can choose to upgrade your character in a bunch of different ways. What I've done with this character is to make it a magic using character. So what I'm going to try and do is kill some orcs with magic here. I've got a couple orcs here just talking. They don't notice me standing in the shadows. So
what do orcs small talk about?
All kinds of stuff. Politics mostly, like which orc wants to be the leader or the shaman or whatever. And they talk about crushing the puny humans and everything like that. So what I'm going to do is cast Charm on this orc here, and in a second he's going to go hog wild on his partner. There he goes. Oh. So I don't have to fight either of them. I'm just going to let them
So you use your smarts instead of just. Seems like this game is a lot about. With the magic using, that's one thing, but then also.
Oh! They broke it
on you.
Yeah, they did. I didn't think that would break so quickly. I got to get out of here. I got to run.
You'd better get. Oh no! What's this other meter that's showing up there?
That is my sprint meter there for a second. Oh jeez, he's on my butt. What I'm gonna do is lay the fire trap down.
Okay.
And as he chases me, it'll blow up. And
it's like a little fire mine kind of thing.
It is exactly that.
Now you have a corpse.
Now I have a corpse, and if I want to, good source physics engine. I don't like him very much, so I'll toss his corpse into the air and variously molest him in strange and odd ways.
There's also lots of environmental stuff that you can use to...
There is. One of the coolest things about the first movie for this was the ice freeze thing. You can cast this on people if you want to, or you can cast it on the environment. If I cast it on the environment and somehow get this guy to chase me down here, he will not like it very much. Come on, buddy. Come on, chase me. Chase me now. If I get it, he's an arrow, so I gotta get out of this.
Yes, he is a ranged fighter.
Come on, buddy.
A little bit closer.
A little bit more.
Oh, he right past it.
He did.
He has no problem with the ice.
Yeah, I think it kind of faded away there. Oh, there he is.
There he
goes.
Down. So you made him slip. You made him have a little accident.
I did. I don't know if he's going to get up or not.
It doesn't look like it. I think he's done.
Yeah, he might be done. You can never tell. These guys.
Rich, what do the people at home want to know about Dark Messiah?
Steve Long from Toronto wants to know, since the game seems to be more action-oriented, do the RPG elements get in the way?
Not so much. You can pause the game at any time and bring up your little thing here and add to your skill points or whatever. They're generally plenty of time to just take a break from the action.
Does that actually pause the action? When
it doesn't. So you have to be a little bit careful when you're going to do it. So you just have to be out of the way. I'll see if I can get this guy to come over here. Oh, there he is. Come on now. Come on, buddy. Oh!
Nice.
He fell down the stairs and everything.
So orcs have trouble with ice, is the lesson
do not
here.
like ice. They also don't like lightning either. Now I got a billion of them on me, I think.
You feel like a medieval hitman with this stuff. Just like, oh, he had an accident. I don't know.
I'm going to try and kick this
Or
guy.
America's Funniest Home
You have a
Videos.
couple of orcs up against you. How does the...
Get Daisy Fuentes on
the kicking?
The combat, just sort of like the melee combat feel. Obviously, when you're using magic, it's kind of more like a shooter proper. But you just stuck him into those spikes.
I did. One of the cool things about the game is that you can kick, and what I did was kick that dude into the little spike trap here. There are a bunch of these around the levels and stuff. Or you can kick them off of heights, too. If you manage to get them to follow you up to the top of a building, you can just run off, or kick them right off, and they'll go flying. They'll really go flying.
Rich, more questions?
Sure. This is a question that I actually asked before the show. Rory Dixon from England also wants to know, how does this game compare to the Elder Scrolls series? It looks kind of similar.
This is way more just like pure action for the most part. There's not a lot of... There are some RPG elements, but it's not really anything too crazy.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that dude got kicked.
So you're not like picking up armor off of these orcs, and there's not like shops and stuff?
I don't think they're in shops. You have a very limited inventory. You can see what I have up here. I have armor, weapons, a ring, and I think this is a shield if I was carrying a shield. And that's about it. So it's pretty limited. Nothing to write home about, really.
Nikhil from Aurora, Illinois wants to know, how many weapons are there? Can you give a number?
Oh, gosh. Well, I started this level with quite a few in my inventory already. Oh, get back to me. I don't know the exact number. I haven't played through that entire thing, but there are a few different types of weapons I know. There's daggers, swords. These guys use some kind of cleaver. I did. Now the spell's not ready.
Cutting you.
Yeah.
You should cut him back.
I should kick him.
Rick from Vancouver wants to know, are there any puzzles in the game that require you to do something with the source engine physics?
Yeah, most of what I've seen so far has been just magic stuff. You can pick up barrels and throw them at people and stuff, but I haven't really seen too many puzzles, but I'm sure there are going to be plenty of them in there.
The stuff that I've seen, like in that first demo that they showed at E3, it was all about like using the environment and the physics in the environment to kill enemies.
Oh yeah, well actually right up here, I'm not going to be able to get to it in time, but there's a little trap where you can't figure out how to keep moving on, so you have to drop down into a little well, and you actually find what's called a rope bow, which is kind of a thief from Thief Dark Project, I think, where you have a bow with a rope attached to it, and you have to fire it at pillars and get them to you have to climb up the rope from when the rope is extended. So that's kind of physic-y, I guess. That's
that
a word.
kick looks real Duke Nukem style. It's like dirty foot that just comes out and beats fools up.
Yeah, it's interesting. And this in comparison, I didn't think I'd hear Duke Nukem in comparison to this game, but it works, I guess. Now we got the magic things.
How many different magic spells have you found used
Well, you have to buy them with your skill points, and there are quite a few. I'd say about 10 all told, and a lot of them have different applications. Like if I use the freezing spell on one of these guys, I don't think I can because they're flying. But normally it would freeze them if they were. Oh, I'm about to die, I think. Whoa! Gosh, oh, I was out of healing potions.
I think that's a good spot to end.
Yeah, it's the end of the demo
as well.
You died.
Right, I did.
You're done. Excellent. Do you know the release date?
I believe it's, last time I checked, it was September 25th, so about 10, 14
It's October
days.
now, isn't it?
Is it October?
It
might
might
get
be.
pushed back. I'm
sure the graphic told us.
Soon, check the site for information, preview coverage, and more. I'm going to throw it back over to Rich because I forget what we have next.
Thanks, Ryan Davis. As we have mentioned earlier, there's all kinds of Nintendo Wii stuff going on the site right now. Our mercenary strike force is over in New York playing many games, writing all about them, making videos about them, and you can find on the site right now the entire press conference, all like 50-some minutes of it, as well as right now at least a really solid chunk of 20 minutes of hands-on gameplay. Here is a taste.
Brad Shoemaker, what are you playing?
And Metroid Prime 3.
What do you think?
It's pretty crazy so far. I'm trying to get used to the controls. I mean, it feels basically like Metroid Prime, but, you know, obviously mapped onto this stuff, so it's got a little bit of a learning curve, but it feels good. I think I'm going backwards, though.
All right, Wii Sports Bowling, my favorite Wii Sports title. This game's amazing, and it's actually, for me, was the big wow moment with the Wii Remote. You know, that first time that you actually bowl and you realize that the ball is releasing just like you want it to, just like you were actually bowling, is really cool. Let me show you a couple rounds here. So the game is really responsive. You know, as you can see, I'm moving my hand, and the me on the screen is also doing the same thing. Now, this game is deceptively simple. You know, it looks very simple on the surface, and of course, anyone, absolutely anyone, can bowl with this game. And you know, it's really easy to get the ball down there, but it's got a lot of nuance to it too. So if you want to put some spin on your ball, you can do that even just with a twist. You know, it's not like a button push. You know, you say, oh, I want to put some spin on there. It's really like how you bowl. So you know, I noticed that I have a natural tendency to, you know, curve left a little bit with my bowling. So what I notice I do is if I go over here, and it's all about release and follow through, just like in real bowling. So excuse me, if I want to get a little curve on the ball, I can just bring it up here, come down, and release early, and that's going to curve. That's not bad. Really, really, really cool title. Great game. Let's say you got a bunch of friends over at your house. You can jam on this all night.
Hey guys, it's Ricardo again. Mac and I are continuing our sweep through the Wii area, and if what you just saw looked familiar, you know, maybe you think you've seen it maybe on your DS, you're right. This is Trauma Center Second Opinion. It's the Wii enhanced version of the original Trauma Center with some new features. Obviously the control is one, but there's some new story elements to it as well, and obviously enhanced graphics. And there's clearly a new interface there on the lower left-hand side of the corner, but it's the same good surgery fun.
Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, the big gun, shaping up really well. New control scheme has really been honed. It's beautiful, plays like a dream. You actually swing the remote to swing your sword now. You know, you're using the nunchuck to do spin moves. Totally awesome. The game is shaping up really well. You know, a lot of secret stuff going into it. You know, we're not showing right now, but this game is shaping up beautifully. Easily my favorite Zelda game of all time. Definitely the new control scheme's helping a lot. Check it out.
Hey, it's Ricardo again, and I'm about to get beat up in Wii Boxing because they had just announced this title today, and I haven't played it yet, and I'm about to. And the cool thing about it is, like a lot of the Wii Sports games, it pretty much plays very intuitively. Each part of the controller, because this particular game uses the analog attachment and the remote, each one represents one of your fists. And ow, this is just a small sampling of what's here. Be sure and check back on the site throughout the day, because we're not going anywhere. We're still going to keep playing, and we're going to be getting information up. So keep checking back, enjoy what you've seen. I think Nintendo hit it, so it's going to be a really fun fall. See you soon.
I'd like to thank Ricardo and Brad and Ryan and all our gang who've helped make this turnaround of information as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Bringing us all the Wii business.
Yeah, because we were like dying to see it too. You know,
yeah.
It's like I know a lot of people are like tuning in, but we're like back here at the office, huddled around, like feverishly watching this stuff too. So
I want to bowl.
Yeah.
I want to bowl.
Yeah.
Not with that dude, but I want to bowl.
Yeah. No, not with that guy.
Punch people in the face.
Is that what you want to do? Nice. Well, we will punch
With
people in the
that guy,
face
yeah.
because, Jeff, right now you have fired up your very own copy of Mortal Kombat Armageddon.
I have. Yeah. So
that
this
is a big screen.
This is the character select screen, and there are a lot of dudes on it.
Oh, my goodness.
Like, was it 62 or something? There are some you unlock. We got Zombie Liu Kang here doing his thing with his chains.
Is there a regular Liu Kang?
Maybe there might be like an alternate version or
outfit
something
of
you unlock
Zombie Liu
or something.
Kang.
Yeah, probably an alternate outfit. Reiko, of course, everyone's favorite from MK4.
All the bosses down there,
yeah,
right?
all the bosses down here playable. Goro.
Nice.
Kentaro. You got Onaga, who's in these.
They didn't put Motaro in there, though, right?
Motaro is right here.
Oh.
Only he
What?
is two-legged
What?
now. Two-legged.
What happened?
Maybe there's some story stuff that explains that.
Or maybe there's some technology.
It's called Oddworld.
Yeah. So Baraka,
yeah.
Shiva. You've got everyone from even the most obscure games. You've got Chameleon here, who was only in MK Trilogy as like a crazy hidden character.
Who's that crazy guy? One more spot to the right.
That is Smoke. In the last game, they combined Noob Saibot, or
Noob
just
Smoke,
Noob now, and Smoke into one character. But now they've separated them into two separate characters.
Fair enough.
You got Cyrax and Sector. You have Cobra here, but there's also the whole created fighter system, and I've created this guy, Cunning with a K.
Cunning with a K. That's clever.
Yeah. And
with a K.
We're gonna check this dude out.
You could have called him Clever
cunning
with
indeed.
a K.
He looks like he's got a lot of guile. He's cunning.
I find myself beguiled by him.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
He seems very agile. Guile. Nothing.
You're saying in his off time he wears Argyle? Is that
nice? That's a good one.
That's
Can you make a guy who looks like a jigsaw puzzle?
No, unfortunately, that's just the default image for the loading screen. I don't think they have any.
Who's this guy you're
puzzle
fighting?
pieces in there? This is this Fujin, the god of wind?
You tell me, dude.
I believe that's who it is. We'll have to wait till. I mean, there's so many damn characters. As you can see, my fighting style not Guile. So totally, clearly,
It's original.
You are not
and
breaking
yes,
any
that is
copyrights
original.
here.
Good work.
So, I've given him some moves. And we can show the air combo system here.
Because you got wings.
Yeah.
And show the fatality system, too. Or the stage fatalities, right?
Yeah, if I can knock guys into there. But
So I know that Ed said this during the tape segment there, but I'm getting a lot of questions here from the folks at home about the fatalities and character-specific fatalities.
Yes.
There aren't any, right?
No, there are not. It's got this kind of like dial a fatality system where you can make up your own on the fly.
Which you can show off right now.
Which I can show off right here. So it's basically real simple moves here, but you need to string them together. And take that, fool! Oh.
That's pretty good.
That was violence.
And it grades your fatality, like depending on how many parts you can string together. That was a bloody fatality. There are also killer fatalities and mortal fatalities.
What's the most moves you've gotten into a fatality?
I've gotten 6 so far.
That seems like a lot.
Yeah, that's not too bad. It's pretty fun. Again, I've only been playing it for maybe half an hour, 45 minutes or something. But so far, the fatality system seems pretty cool. Let's get out of this.
You know what also seemed pretty fun about this game?
Yeah, what?
There's kart racing.
Yeah.
Motor Kombat.
Motor Kombat.
Yes.
Yeah, so they've gone and thrown in a whole Mario Kart-like kart racing game in here.
Awesome.
That apparently you're going to be able to play 8-player online, which is completely crazy.
So they had the Archon chess battling.
Yeah, and the Tetris style.
And those are out now?
And the puzzle fighter stuff. Those were in the last game.
Yeah.
And now there's kart racing. Where
But
do you go from here?
those other ones are not included in the new one?
That's a good question.
No, no. As far as I know, no. They're
Look
they're
at
not.
Johnny Cage.
Yeah. Talking on his cell
Styling.
phone. Got Cyrax there with the bomb.
I don't even think they had cell phones when the first Mortal Kombat came.
Johnny Cage updates.
If they did, Johnny Cage would have had one though.
Yeah, he would have.
He would have been the first person on the block.
I like
to get one.
Sub-Zero and the snowmobile also.
Yeah, let's give Sub-Zero a shot. I have a feeling I know what his special power will be. I've only played as Scorpion so far because you can spear guys and kind of pull them behind you.
These guys are adorable.
Yeah.
I'm putting it out there. Plush dolls of these Mortal Kombat characters coming at you.
Baraka has never looked so cute and cuddly.
Ryan Davis, are there any questions coming in about this game?
Jay Smith from Charlotte, North Carolina wants to know how many created characters you can have per profile.
Per profile, it appears to be 1 per profile from what I can tell. You purchase parts as you go, and those parts remain unlocked. So once you've got parts, you can kind of go in and mess with your characters to your heart's content and update their biographies and things like that.
You're winning.
I am winning.
More questions, Ryan Davis?
Nah, I'm good.
You sure?
People are asking about the 360, but we already know that this game isn't coming out past.
Yeah, it sounds like that they are gonna start fresh on the next generation of platforms.
Although it's coming to the Wii.
It is coming to the Wii. Yeah, there is going to be a version of this for the Wii out next year, but right now it's just PS2 and Xbox in October.
The other question I'm getting a lot of, including from Jared Wayman from West Valley, Utah, is Xbox 360 backwards compatibility. If we know anything about this being playable, the Xbox version obviously being playable on the 360.
I suspect that it'll eventually end up there, but as of right now, no idea.
I've got a question. How come they spelled Raiden with an I?
Because that's the right way to spell it.
It is the right way to spell it, but I thought that controversy was over. Now it's beginning anew.
Yeah, no, that was only the Acclaim published game.
Haven't they been spelling it with a Y like ever since? Or
No, they
right.
finally fixed that issue,
Okay.
whatever the copyright issue or whatever it was.
I don't know where I've been.
Some years back.
Not playing as Raiden apparently.
Well, you guys. Well, Jeff, we'll let you keep racing.
Yeah,
we're gonna give away some stuff.
We got stuff.
We got stuff. Last week on the show, we gave away a whole bunch of T-shirts, and it was a collection of T-shirts, as you said, from a video game developer friend of ours.
Yeah.
This is a sweet N-Gage button down.
And that thing is huge. That's like
gigantic,
triple XL or something
I don't know
crazy.
what this is.
Oh, I fell off.
That's for City of Villains.
City of Villains. There you go. Yep, that'll tell you.
We show the Conquest mode.
Brady Bunch Kung Fu.
Brady Bunch Kung Fu shirt. Look at this. A 25 to life basketball jersey. This has all already been given away. So if you're saying, how do I win that? You don't. Someone already did. What we got here? A PlayStation shirt, so you can walk into the PlayStation store at the Metreon and pretend you work there.
Yeah, that's like one of the ones that I think they had employees wearing at E3 some years back.
And this one, this says prepare to qualify. It is a pole position shirt. You can't really see it through the plastic. That's it. We're throwing it all in a Konami bag or two. And the trivia question was, we'll clean it up. Do you remember the trivia question, Jeff?
Dude, not at all.
It's what's the reasonable price for a T-shirt? The answer is free. The answer is free, and the winner is Brandon Newberg of Texas. Congratulations, Brandon. You are getting a whole bunch of T-shirts.
That is a boatload.
In a bag.
Yeah.
You do not need to do laundry for another week. Now is also the time where we are going to give away 10 or 20 or so. We're giving away a bunch of these. Work Time Fun, WTF T-shirts. They're white. They're extra large. They say WTFisthisgame.com on the back, but that's the one you're looking for right there.
Yeah.
And we're going to give away to the people who are currently top 10 on the trivia form. That's our own little mini game right now. So I'm going to have to click through some trivia questions real quick to get the official winner. So, Jeff, if you want to do something...
Yeah, well, I'm over here playing Conquest mode in Mortal Kombat, and this is the big kind of story-based single-player mode. And you unlock crazy stuff. Johnny Cage's picture, how nice.
What's your initial impression? Because this mode was left a little bit to be desired.
Yeah.
Last time through.
It definitely seems like they've spent some more time with it. The controls seem a little more in depth. There's actually some fighting that you do here in the overworld now that's more than just walk up, hit button to start fight. Like you actually get special moves. Like I got the ground pound here, and you can do that when attacked.
So does it feel kind of like a little more like a brawler in the?
Well, they're using the engine from what was it, MK Mythologies, right?
Or MK Shaolin Monks.
Right.
And
Mythologies
I guess that they are using some of that technology here. So now here I am actually fighting just in the overworld here, and then the game's boss fights. It looks like it'll drop you into the actual Mortal Kombat fighting engine. But here you can just do some business. I can get some throws and throw people around, and if I can get one of them dazed, it'll actually just say finish him over his head, and then you can just take him out. You can just finish him.
You take him out Blade Vampire style.
Joe Sullivan from Elizabeth, New Jersey wants to know: is it just me, or does Rich look like Johnny Cage?
Dude, why do you don't even start?
do you own a good pair of blades that you can wear? Is that
they're on my desk? This is where you're supposed to fall down. Does that count? Can I quote the movie when someone says that?
No, you can't.
All right,
no,
I have some winners here. Are you ready for our top 10 on the trivia?
Yeah,
right now?
let's hear it.
All right, here it is. Now, GameSpot employees, by the way, are not eligible.
That's bunk. I was number one for a while.
Yeah, all right. So our number one score is currently at 735, and our number 10 score is currently at 614. That's out of a possible how many points? 700 and a little
I'm
bit.
not sure.
I think you get 110 points if you answer it immediately without any time expiring. So I'm guessing it's out of a possible 770.
The faster you score correctly, the more you score. So
Correct, sir.
There's more to it than just knowing the correct
And the 10
answer.
users who will be winning themselves a Work Time Fun t-shirt, we will send them to you, are Clark 2002. By the way, these are usernames, not real names.
Oh.
Clark 2002, Smack Downer Inc. Can I do this with a straight face?
Nope.
Sig PK, there's an underscore there. The Deus Machine. What you see before death? WUTUCB for death.
This is like reading license plates.
Ill Will Press 88. Oh, I love the internet. Swift I 46. Kassich, Kassich, Smurfy 911, and Van Hoogen, Hoogen. If those are your usernames, congratulations! You just won yourself a T-shirt based on your trivia skills on our little mini game.
So make sure that you have your actual mailing address in your profile.
Yes.
Otherwise,
just like you have your real name in there.
Right.
If I just said your name, you go to your profile and you update your address. You do not need to make it public, but we will be accessing that, and that is the address we will be sending T-shirts to. And if there is no address there, we'll send it to Jeff.
Yep.
And you can take it up with him.
Send it over to me.
Yes. So that's our trivia for this week. That was our winner for this week. Tournament TV tomorrow. Battlefield 2, come back for that.
Okay.
We'll throw down on that.
All right.
Of course, check out the Wii Launch Center. You'll find all kinds of videos that you can't find anywhere else.
Tokyo Game Show?
Tokyo Game Show. Greg, while you're here, tell us about the Tokyo Game Show.
That's coming up next week, around next weekend. We're going to have crazy blowout coverage probably of a lot of PS3 games in particular. We've seen what Nintendo's brought to bear just now. The Tokyo Game Show is going to be Sony's really last big push, as we expect, leading up to the launch of the PS3 in November. So they're going to have a whole mess of games, going to try to put their best foot forward, and we're going to see for ourselves and report in. Although Jeff is actually going to be there, so let me...
Yeah, I mean, it's we're expecting to see some new stuff. So E3 was kind of our first taste of playable PS3 games, but there's probably going to be more here. Hopefully, stuff we haven't seen from existing games, and some new announcements as well. So,
like the price point and release date?
Yeah. No, we already know that stuff, dude.
Yeah, it's $250 on November 19th.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. It's like $500 or $600.
That's a lot of money.
It's a couple of days before that.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So it's earlier.
Yeah,
so that's nice.
That's good.
So we're expecting a lot of PlayStation 3 stuff. Xbox 360 stuff, we'll see some there, but we don't really know how much. Microsoft is having its own event in Europe immediately following TGS, and we're expecting that they're going to hold off a lot of their bigger announcements until then.
And pity the poor, or actually, I don't know, envy or pity the GameSpot crew who gets to go to both Japan and Spain.
Yeah, it's back-to-back action.
They're not going to know what time it is by the time they get back here.
Dude, I don't know what time it is now.
Nice. Does anybody really know what time it is?
Who wears a watch anymore? I'm not into time.
Johnny Cage knows what time.
Johnny Cage, definitely.
Flavor Flav.
This is the time where you fall down. All right, so we will have live shows, 3 of them next week.
Yeah. And the Tokyo crew, the Japan crew will be on a webcam with you, or on the phone, or whatever, kind of talking you through some of the footage that we saw.
They're going to show us all. They're going to send all kinds of video segments to us via the magic of the internet.
Yeah.
We're going to talk to developers. We are going to be talking to you, the viewers, of course. Greg, you will be on camera. Hope you don't mind.
Yeah.
Great.
No, I'm looking forward to it.
Jeff, you guys going to be able to do a hotspot for us from Japan?
We'll see what we can do. Once you get over there, it just starts, man. There's you land, you sleep for a few hours, and then all of a sudden it's just on. So if I can get a couple of people together and get them around a microphone, we'll talk for you for a while.
Cool, appreciate it. So that is our GameSpot's Tokyo Game Show coverage. We already have the page up. Check out that and the Nintendo Wii Launch Center and Tournament TV tomorrow. Ryan Davis, am I missing anything?
I don't think so. You've covered it. That's a lot to cover too. There's tons of stuff happening next week.
There is, and
I'm excited.
Do not look for an on the spot next week, but there will be a live show next Thursday. Okay,
Yeah.
You follow me?
Not at all.
I don't know if we're going to call it on the spot. We'll just call it the Tokyo Game Show.
Why don't we just call it on the spot for all 3 days?
Yeah, okay. We'll
Whatever.
do something.
It's live. It's action. It's the same thing.
You guys are going to be gone. I can do
It's crazy business. Yeah, do whatever you want, man. I don't care.
I'll come back over to the couch.
Ryan Davis is going to be able to sit down again. It'll be great.
Break into my office, set it on fire, whatever you want to do.
Again?
Yeah.
That's tired. Greg, thanks for coming by.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it. Ryan Davis, great show.
Thank you. It was an awesome show. I love seeing WTF. Thanks to the D3 guys for showing that off, and Dark Messiah looks awesome.
We'd like to thank Matt Roy for playing Darkest Island. We'd like to thank Ed Boon for playing Mortal Kombat. And, of course, Mike from D3 playing the Work Time Fun. And the folks at D3 hooking us up with the T-shirts. I'd like to thank the crew for doing a wonderful job, as always. And, of course, you for watching. We will see you tomorrow for Tournament TV and next Thursday as GameSpot's Tokyo Game Show coverage kicks off. Thanks for watching.